No, you too close. Stand.
Yes, sir.
Stand tall.
Yes, sir.
1, 2. Pivot, lift your toes and pivot. Hop. 3. Boom. 4, cross. Yeah, there you go. 5, spear, don't come out of your cross. Pull, kick, jump, strike, cross wind, horse, cross behind, step, kick, switch, cut, step, and strike. Block, strike. Double cut, 1, 2. Make them point forward. 1, 2. Overhead right, left, cross to behind. Tuck the right at the ribs. Step even. Opening, left over, right overhead, cross behind, tuck left to the ribs. Yes. Unwind. Stay here. Now you're going to flip your left sword over and touch them. You don't really have to, but it's best for the sake of understanding. Stay there. This one goes on the bottom and goes like this. Yes. So both of your blades should be pointing the same direction. That's good. Yes, that's good. Flip this one over. Like that. This one goes up like this. Yep, like that. Just like that. Yes. Right? So what we're going to do is, if you look over your left shoulder, you're going to step back left to a horse. And open like a drunken section. So the commonality of motion here. Literally. Boom. Now you have swords in your hands. It's different. Do you see the difference? Boom. Bring your hands up. Now you're going to pivot to a cross stance and slice diagonally to your left. Uh-huh. Keep them here, it's all good. Make them point this way. You're just slicing. Remember, these are sabers, not katanas, so they don't press through like butter. They slice the surface. Stay here. Step. Open again. Now, same way you stepped back before, bring your feet together, and you're going to flip this sword over like this. You're going to rotate it in. So it's down like this. You're going to turn it the other way. All right, so it's here down. You're going to turn it, flip it over, and come back over top like we did the first time. So now both your blades are facing the way they were before we turned and cut the first time. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Step back again, the same way you did the first time. With the left foot. This is the last time this happens. It happens 3 times. This is the third. Open. Some complicated stuff happens after this. I'll show it to you later. PDF.
Yes, sir.
How's that feel? Easy enough to follow? All right, let's try it again.
Yes, sir.
1, 2. Oh, don't do that. Pivot. 3, 4, 5, 6. Punch. Punch. Pull. Force. Cross. Grab. Kick. Cut and switch. Block. Strike. The technique's all block. Strike. Double. Cut. Double slice. Overhead right. Left. Overhead left. Right. When it comes over, comes over. Yeah. Let the left hand over, unwind. Stay there. I'm just coming to check real quick. This is the left hand. Put this hand over and put it on bottom. There you go. This one goes on the bottom. Right hand's on top.
Yes, sir.
Good. Yes. 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 Step back. Diagonally and open. Big bow. Lift up. Pivot and cut diagonally. Step course. Open. Feet together. Flipping the left hand over. Step back again like the first time and open. Boom. Feet together. Now, me personally, I'm trying not to cut anything, but if you were actually doing that strike, you wouldn't want it pointed, right? Even though there's a curve, you're coming in this way intentionally. So say there's a guy on a horse and I catch him off that. Yes? Okay. So it's just an odd angle, but essentially, like I said, real naturally, you don't have a lot of risk there. I mean, you do a little bit, so there is a little bit, but it curves to there, the same way it would if you were doing the actual motion.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Who'd like to lead it one time? Try it one time. It's always good to try it once. Who's done it before? Come on up here, Jack. Give it a try. Don't get in the habit of holding your blades. If they were sharp, you cut the fingers off. Pretend it's like a kitchen knife. It's very sharp. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am.
Very good. Come on up. Anyone have any questions or home practice over the break?
Any suggestions for what to do to hold up for you?
Well, it depends. Why are you practicing? Are you practicing to do stuff like lock something in? You want to work out?
Usually both.
Usually both. Okay. Locking stuff in is a workout, but it's different than a deliberate workout. So what happens during a deliberate workout is you're doing moves that you already know at a higher level, which is more of a workout than you think it is. And the more you do that move and continuously drill into it to do it at a higher level, the better you get at it. Does that make sense?
Yes,
So it's
sir.
kind of like for me, it was a necessity. You have to get better so that you can teach well. And the more you teach, the better you get at it. So if you're not taking information and trying to regurgitate it, like try to reteach yourself something. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Really challenge yourself in those ways while you're learning at home. And then when you come to class, you'll be more of an active learner in class.
Yes,
Does that
sir.
make sense?
Yes, sir.
So if you're like me, then other than talking, including the teacher talking, it's like, shut up. I get it, just let's go. I think I'm on ADHD spectrum somewhere. I'm pretty sure y'all can tell.
I'll meet you there.
Okay, so if you're trying to get a workout, I say, me personally, work on your tiger stances. Do tiger stances first as a stretching sequence. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So you'll what I mean by that is, let's say you're doing your horse stance, right? Make sure everything's deliberate, boom, boom. Jump into your horse, and go ahead and rest the knee, and then stretch, right? Stretch it out, boom. Stretch it out, boom. Right, first time through, toes forward, get the joints. Y'all know how it is. It's cold out here. Just warm yourself up. Just feel your stuff. The more you analyze, all we're trying to do is get you comfortable in your body, right? I'm not you, so there's only so much I can tell you before it's on you. You have to practice, right? So here, feel that, and then right? So do that, go through all of them. Try to just move a little bit, don't hurt yourself. Move just a little bit gently into each thread and get your joints warmed up, do all that stuff. Then you're gonna run through it normal pace, right? So, right, get your steps right, make sure everything is where it's supposed to be. Right, space between that cat stance. All the stuff that you know is true about the stance, make sure it's right. If you have a mirror, use that. Everything, make sure it's even. Tap. Arms, because everybody's gonna have some of this. Straighten it out. Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then you're gonna practice black sash level, and the best thing you can do is try to do your stances in place. Excuse me. Right? If you want to work out, tap, tap. Your thighs are gonna be dead. Do that twice. By that time you've done it 5 to 10 times, you gotta work out. That's it, you're done.
Yes, sir.
Call it a day. Right? We'll have some leftovers, you know? Now, if you're focusing on something, catch that video. You in the video, if that's what you need. Try to use your own brain as much as you can. It helps if y'all have other practitioners around, so. Do that, it'll become a workout because you're focusing on something, but more so you'll be working the brain. Yeah?
Sure.
Any other recommendations, any other suggestions, anything you want to add in you do on your own already?
I've basically kind of what you were describing, but like today, you know, work on a couple new pieces of the form of the butterfly nest, and I'll try to remember those moves like tomorrow morning.
Yes, that's good.
So it's still kind of fresh, you know, it just happened like 12 hours ago.
Right.
And it's amazing how much, when you start working through it, it comes back to you.
Yes.
Because like the first time through, I'm like, I barely remembered it. Second time, oh yeah, I kind of remember that. And then by like the fifth time, I mostly remember most of the stuff that we did in class. So
Perfect.
it definitely works.
That's good,
Definitely.
and that's that muscle memory, you build on that muscle memory. That's why it's hard to remember, for somebody it's hard to remember because they're not doing their stances. It's hard to remember the form if you're doing this. It feels like regular standing, so it's hard to remember what's next. If you're doing this, like I know my thigh is burning right now, I know this next move is this. I'm trying to get out of that. Does that make sense? Woo! Next one, please! Anything else? All right. Happy round Kwanzaa America. Festivus for the rest of us, all that good stuff.
What is Senior Head Instructor?
Bow to first degree apprentice instructor, advanced and intermediate. Very good job.